you doing, everyone? Scott here. A vinyl update at last. I've been waiting a long time to be doing this video. So finally in the position to be going out and buying records again. I've not been digging for about 3 months, but I will be out tomorrow or Sunday, so really looking forward to that. So in the meantime, I've been using eBay, Amazon and the online store that I use, so picked up some really good stuff. Hopefully you guys will like what I'm about to show. A lot of this stuff's kind of been on the want list for a while, but I've just not been able to pick it up. Some of it's been on the want list for about a year and I just never pulled the trigger, and some of it I just stumbled across and just found good deals on it. So a bit of a mix, but we'll get into it. First one is from the online store that I use. I went through their latest incoming records, and this record was one of them. And this will actually complete my 80s collection of this band, and it's the debut from Black and Blue, with a very young Tommy Thayer on the front there. I mean, it's not an album that's going to set you on fire. It's not amazing, but it's good. It's a good hard rock album. Before they kind of commercialised their sound, so definitely worth picking up. And I think I got this for £6. So I mean, it's in really good condition. I mean, the cover's excellent, the vinyl's excellent as well. So no complaints there, and just a good album just to round off the collection. So that is the first one. I'll move on to this one. From the same shop, online store, also saw this Lion, Dangerous Attraction. Again, really cheap and in just awesome condition, and just a tremendous album. I mean, you might have seen a lot of people show this in the VC before, but I've just never come across a copy at a good price anyway, and I just absolutely jumped on this. The only notable member is Doug Aldrich. Played in so many bands you can't even name them, but yeah, just an awesome album. If you've not checked it out, go and check it out. It's just really good. I mean, I would look to pick up their second album, but that's going to be a long shot. So anyway, this will do me for now. Lion and Dangerous Attraction, just really good stuff. Next up is from the band London. You'll probably know London from being Nicky Sixx's first band, or one of his first bands that he played in. They've had a lot of notable members that have kind of gone on to be successful. Blackie Lawless, Stephen Adler, Izzy Stradlin, Fred Coury from Cinderella, among others. I think there are a lot more. I think they've had about 19 members altogether. But it's always been a band that struggled itself, but always had members that have gone on to be really successful. So kind of the mastermind behind the whole band is Lizzie Gray. I think he started off in 1979. I don't think they ever actually got signed until 1984. This is from 1987. This is their second album, and they do have a third album. What's it called? It sounds Spanishy, and now I can't remember what it's called. But I've kind of tracked down a copy of that as well. So hopefully in the coming weeks that will also be in the collection. But hair metal, it looks as it sounds, but really good hair metal. It's not. I would actually call this like top tier hair metal. I know you do get bands that kind of like cookie cutter bands that try to be other bands, but this isn't. I don't see them as that kind of band. This album is really good. So it's not like a rip off of anyone. It's just I mean, well, they do have the image that, but they started off in 1979, so it was all stemmed from the glam rock era. So anyway, I'm rambling on about that, but really good album. Check it out if you've not. Next up is a self-titled album from Roku. This is from 1990. Brilliant AOR album. Keyboard heavy, but really melodic hard rock. It's just, it kind of reminds me of Signal and Loud and Clear. Maybe not as good overall, but still a really great album and really easy to pick up and really cheap. So if you ever find yourself looking at a copy of this and you're not sure, I suggest pick it up. I really like it. German AOR. Along the same lines as kind of Bonfire and all that kind of stuff, but really, really good. Next up is a band that is no longer on the go. They split up last year. I did pick up their, well, I actually picked this album up on CD when it first came out, but I've always been looking for a copy of the vinyl. But it's one of those albums that I never pre-ordered, and as soon as it came out, it just shot up in price, and I was just so pissed off because I hate when albums do that. So I was waiting for it to drop. So I actually put it in my Amazon wish list, and it was at £32, and I wanted it to drop, and it actually dropped and dropped and dropped to £12, and that's when I thought, well, that's a pretty good price for this album, as it only came out last year. And it's White Wizard and Infernal Overdrive. Not my favourite White Wizard album. I'd probably have to go with The Devil's Cut for that, but still a really solid album. And with bands like this, you just don't know if they're going to, because they've had so many lineup changes, you don't know if they're going to come back in the future. But for now, they have disbanded, but you never know. I'd love to hear more from White Wizard, because it's one of those bands that I just, I love all their stuff. So they are obviously along the lines of new wave of traditional heavy metal, but I think with a lot of those bands, they're kind of like hit or miss, especially like for example Skullfist. I love Skullfist, their first album and their second album. Third album, not so sure, but White Wizard always produce good quality albums, so it's a shame they're not going, but hopefully in the future they do reunite in some form. It does come on the white vinyl, which I'm not crazy about as colours go. I'm not crazy about white. It didn't actually specify on Amazon that it was coloured, but I mean, it doesn't really bother me, but if I had to choose, I probably wouldn't choose white, but that is White Wizard and Infernal Overdrive from last year. Next up is Darcy's Fault. Darcy over at 6 Strings 9 Lives. If you've not seen his channel, I'm sure you have. He's got a really good channel. Get over there, it's awesome. But I noticed in, I think it was either his last update or his update before that he picked up this album. And he's a huge fan of this band, and it's actually a band that I kind of lack stuff on. I think I've maybe got 1 or 2 CDs. This will be my 3rd on vinyl, but mostly their newer stuff I'm not up to date with. But I did say to him, I've been putting this off, and I've not bought it, and I should really pull the trigger on it. He said, you've got to pull the trigger on it. So I thought, Darcy says so I've got to do it. I mean, when somebody tells you to do something, you really just should do it. I didn't want to be rude, so I just thought, right, I'll just go and pull the trigger. So anyway, cheers Darcy. Death Angel, The Evil Divide. I just love Death Angel. I mean, to me, they don't really do much wrong. There's not really much I can say. I mean, I was laughing at Mike Metal Mickey. He's obviously had enough of Death Angel, but I've not. I still absolutely love Death Angel. Still not picked up their new album yet, but that will hopefully be coming soon. I think I'll wait till it maybe drops in price, because that's another album that just is shot up, which this for some reason didn't. This kind of sat at a pretty good price. I just never got round to buying it because I bought other things instead. But really glad to have this now. So thank you, Darcy. And then the last two actually came in a bundle on eBay, and I got it for a brilliant price. It was buy it now, so it wasn't any pissing about with bidding or anything like that. And it's another band I don't have enough of. I think I've got maybe a couple of their CDs, I've got maybe another couple of vinyl, I can't really think right now. But the band is Overkill, and this is Killbox 13. Ever since me, Cloudy and Mike, Metal Mickey, went to see them, they've just been a band that I've always kind of just, it's once you see somebody live, although you enjoy their music, and that's fine, you can look for their music and look for CDs or vinyl or whatever, but I think once you see a band, you're more invested in their material, and ever since then I've been like that with Overkill. I just don't have enough Overkill, and I've never heard an album from Overkill that I didn't like, so it's there's no excuse for me not to have more. But I saw this and the next album, they were in a bundle on eBay for $13.99, and it was just something I couldn't pass up. I think this is actually their 12th album, technically, but I was reading that Overkill actually see it as their 13th, so I think that's maybe why it was called Killbox 13. But a really great album. It does come on silver, a kind of silvery grey coloured vinyl. The only gripe I would have with this is the packaging. I mean, overall it's really good quality, but see, after taking the inner sleeves out and the vinyl out, see, try to get them back in, absolute nightmare try to get them back in. Took me about 10 minutes the other night to try and get the inners back. It's like they've almost made the outer jacket just a smidge too small, and you've really got to start. I mean, that's why I'm not going to get them out and show you the coloured vinyl, because to get them back in would be a nightmare. But that is really tight in there, which is a bit annoying, but I'll be as well showing you the gatefold while I'm here. So yeah, that's the one gripe I would have. I mean, it's really nice cover and stuff, but it's just almost a tad too small. So a bit annoying, but never mind. First world problems, as they say. And the second one is their live album. I think this is from 2002. Wrecking Everything. So finally glad to pick that up. This was going really cheap on either Amazon or eBay. I think Metal Mickey actually said to me about this a couple of months ago, but it just turned out these two were together, and I mean, I paid what, £6.50 each, £7 each for these albums, and they were brand new in the shrink. And this actually comes on red vinyl, but again, I'm not going to show you the vinyl because it's a nightmare to try and get them back in. And that is the gatefold there. So really happy to have that. That's more Overkill in the collection, which I definitely need. So yeah, that's my pickups for this week. Like I said, I'll be out either tomorrow or Sunday for a wee dig. So looking forward to that, just getting back into the groove of digging again. I'll be hitting the local haunts, so let's hope over this kind of 3-4 month period that they've got some good metal in there, some good stuff in the inbox. So let me know what you think of my pickups. Welcome back to a vinyl update, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.